From the 23rd to 24th August 2024, the Africa Judges and Juries Forum, Youth and Society YAS, and the Malawi Judiciary organized the first ever Malawi Civic Space Dialogue under the theme Safeguarding Civic Space, Fostering Inclusive and Accountable Governance. The dialogue brought together policymakers, legislators, legal experts and civil society leaders to take stock of Malawi's progress in entrenching and promoting civic space, identifying the challenges and exchanging ideas on how the challenges can be addressed.
The key challenge to civic space in Malawi relates to restrictive laws that ought to promote and defend the civic space. So what we have seen over time is that the laws have been enacted, which in a way conflict with the provisions in the Constitution in as far as human rights and freedoms are concerned.
Yeah, so there are quite a number of challenges that civic space is facing in Malawi. In the first place, Malawi is ranked as an obstructed space, meaning that there are structural challenges or barriers that undermine the free operation of civil society. And some of these challenges include intimidation, harassment of human rights defenders, regressive legislation. You also have challenges in terms of access to funding by civil society organizations. Yeah, working together with different stakeholders is critical in ensuring that we address the challenges faced by civil society and the democracy at large, because this is nothing only this is not something to only do with civil society. It's about advancing the values of democracy.
One way is to create spaces for dialogue, as we have done today, where we bring the judiciary together with non-state actors and other stakeholders, including government. The other way is to make sure that the judiciary also opens up.
The Human Rights Commission is actually one of the key institutions that has been mandated to implement the Access to Information Act. So we also realize that in having this mandate, there are also new emerging human rights threats that are coming in. So our role really is to also perhaps educate the citizenry and raise awareness on what access to information is, but also train public officials in terms of giving out information, not withholding information, but at the same time reminding them of the duty of providing information wherever it's accessed or wherever it's needed. Well, I would also say that the same issue goes to the issue of access to information, where there have been instances where information has been withheld for national security. So it is a delicate balance, but at the same time, I think what is important is really to examine and evaluate the information that is being requested, whether it is in the public interest.
Retired judges first have a background in terms of adjudicating cases, in terms of handling disputes, rendering decisions. So I think one way, of course, is for them to serve as a resource person to facilitate dialogue between different actors. But secondly, also, civil space doesn't operate in a vacuum. There are a number of thematic areas that are involved. The question of rights and the question of obligations.
Well, based on what I've heard so far attending this dialogue, the experience here in Malawi appears to be less developed compared to the one in South Africa. In South Africa, we have a very vibrant civil society movement that is looking at everything that's happening, especially in the public space, whether it's in government or in the courts. Based on the judiciary, Yes, the judiciary is independent, but the judiciary must also be accountable, right, for how long it takes to process matters, how long it takes to produce judgments, how long it takes and what it does in terms of taking action against its